Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids, and in today's video I want to show you a new watch that I've added to my collection. This is my own personal purchase. This is a Casio G-Shock, part of their Gulfman range, and the actual model number is GWN-1000B-1BER. Now, if you stay tuned to the latter part of this video, I'll be putting the macro lens on, so you'll get to see all of the finer details on this timepiece up close and personal, so please do stay tuned for that. Before I run through all of the specifications and start pushing buttons, I just want to tell you some of the little finer points that I've discovered with the watch that I really do like. The first one is this bezel. Now, it doesn't turn or anything like that, but I just like the colouring of it. It's like a blue metallic colour, and I just think it complements the rest of the design of the watch really nicely. It's also in this little tiny sub-dial here where we can read the high and low tides and barometric pressure changes. I also really love this crown. We can actually unlock it. It's in its locked position at the moment, but if I turn it round to the red mark so that the little red points match up, it pops out, and then you can turn this to make easy changes on the watch. And then we can lock it back down into position like this. I also like the fact that this is water resistant to 20 bar or 200 meters. I love the detail on the actual back of the casing, and I really like the suppleness of the rubber strap. Very, very comfortable. And we've got this brushed finish stainless steel buckle as well, which also reads with the G-Shock sort of branding on it. So they're the sort of finer points that I really like. Now let's move on to some of the actual features, and there are many. Before I start pushing buttons, I'm just going to run through a quick list of all of the features on this watch. We've got a pressure sensor built into the side here, and this detects changes in air pressure and converts the results into altitude. We've also got a sensor that measures the temperature, really very cool. We've got a light, which I can't really demonstrate in the studio here, but if we push this top button, a little light comes on and it illuminates the face. This can also be set to automatic, so when you raise the watch to a certain angle to read the time, it automatically lights up. That's really nice. We've got a stopwatch as we'd expect. It also has a tide graph display on here. So tide movements are displayed graphically, and we can see when we've got a high or low tide. Really very cool indeed. 5 alarms, a countdown timer. It's also multi-band, so it's multi-band 6, which means it's got a built-in radio signal receiver, which ensures you've got the correct time on this. So as you move around different countries across Europe, the United States, Japan and others, etc., then it will be accurate in those countries. It will receive the data via satellite and actually lock onto those and change the time accordingly. Very, very cool indeed. We've also got solar on here as well, so it tops up the internal battery, and even just with minimal exposure to daylight, this will run for 6 months. So very, very cool indeed. It supports 29 time zones, and they're actually represented around the inner bezel inside the watch. Very, very cool. There's lots of layers on this watch, so it's quite difficult to see. When I show you the macro close-ups, you'll see that in greater detail. We've also got the built-in pressure sensor for barometric pressure and a digital compass. Very cool indeed. So first of all, let me just start pushing this button down here. You can see the digital display is currently showing the actual time, the current time at 10:56 AM. And if I push this, then it goes to the tide reading. We've got high tide at 10:56. Then we've also got some other tidal information. We've got stopwatch, we've got timer, we've got alarm, we've got the RC, the radio reception, and we also background to the time setting. And then if we push this button here, which has got the little red mark on it, this shows you some of the other features. So we can push this. We've got the altimeter, which says that we're at minus 28 meters. We've also got another push, which gives you the current temperature, 27.1 degrees. Another push is the barometer, which shows you barometric pressure sensor changes. We'll also see as we're pushing this that we get some changes in this little hand on the sub-dial as well. Push this again and we've got a compass. Now as we rotate the watch and change the position, the actual compass reading changes. Not only does it do this with the red and white tipped hand on the actual display of the watch, but it also gives you a readout as well. So east, southeast, 120 or 119 degrees. And as we move this around, the display changes and the hand moves. Very, very cool indeed. I absolutely love that feature. Push it again and we've got the altimeter, and then it keeps cycling round until we push this left hand button and it goes back round to the time setting. Very, very nice timepiece. Let's get it on the wrist and show you what it looks like. So I hope you enjoyed the close-up section of the video. I'm sure you'll agree that this watch has got a lot of different layers and a lot of detail, and it's very precisely made as well. There's no sort of rough edges at all. Now, it is available in different colours. You can get different colourways, including a white version, even a yellow version of this particular watch. I went for the black with the blue. I just think it was the best combination for me. It is a big, imposing watch. The actual size of this is 44.9 by 55.8 millimeters, and it's very thick as well, 16.2 millimeters and weighs 101 grams. Now, the weight isn't a problem at all. I've got quite small wrists, 7.5 inches, and yes, it is very big on my wrist, but I can still get away with it. This is a tall watch. I wear many different styles of watches, including automatic watches with a simple dial and maybe just a date window. This is very complicated. It's got a lot of features, but I thoroughly enjoy wearing it. It's like an everyday watch. If I'm just wearing jeans and a t-shirt and getting on with my day-to-day activities, this Casio G-Shock is really great. The Gulfman, in fact, in my opinion, is one of the best designs. This is the Casio G-Shock Gulfman, model number GWN-1000B. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of this particular watch. I'd be really interested to hear from you. Please do hit like on this video. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you all in another video very soon.